Hi, this is Rob Warlow from Business Loan Services and welcome to my Friday Business Finance Bulletin, my weekly roundup of news, tips, ideas and strategies on raising finance and dealing with banks. Now, there's been a large number of surveys out this week and I've got four that I want to share with you. Now, normally I get the facts and figures in my head, but there's a lot to share today, so you'll have to excuse me if I glance down at some notes. So, the first one that caught my eye was a survey carried out by Clydesdale Bank. And it chatted to about 1,100 UK small business owners and chatted to them about their investment plans, what they're planning to invest in their businesses this year. About 4 out of 5 business owners said on average that they are looking to invest about 7% of their turnover back into their businesses. Now, Clydesdale reckon that's an equivalent to about £80 billion of money being invested into businesses, which is obviously not a small sum. So, what are business owners investing in? Well, they reckon it's going to be new staff, equipment and training. Now, interestingly, and again a great sign, 79% of those businesses surveyed said that they felt the UK was now a positive environment in which to do business. And that's great news. One surprising stat that came out of that survey was that only 4% say they are struggling to access growth capital. Now, that's a surprisingly low figure considering the whole attention that access to finance has been getting. So, moving on, a survey from the Forum for Private Businesses, they carry out a banking and finance survey. And so again, some interesting stats here. Just over 50% of business owners surveyed said that they are comfortable with their current banking partner. Now, obviously that means that 50% are not, but I was quite surprised at actually how high that figure was compared to the general noise out there about access to finance. 16% say that they do worry about access to finance, so still a concern for quite a sizable percentage of businesses. More businesses say that they want access to finance to be much easier in terms of flexibility. They want banks to be much more flexible, and they want banks to have less emphasis on centralized decision making. In other words, they want bank managers back on the scene with bank managers making the decisions and having that relationship. Not sure that's really going to happen because we're hearing news all the time recently about Lloyds and Barclays having whole swathes of job cuts in the industry. So it'll be interesting really to see where that goes. Interesting, when it comes to alternative finance, the surveys reckon that 25% of business owners said they would not consider sources other than traditional bank loans. So they've said the reasons why they wouldn't look at alternative finance, well, the reasons they cited were cost, lack of awareness generally as to where to go, and also lack of advice. Well, if you're in that category about lack of advice, don't forget you can just come and have a chat with us at Business Loan Services if you want to know what your options are. So again, interesting survey there. Money & Co. That's a new crowdfunding platform that I mentioned in our last video. And they've also done a survey, as all new businesses do, to try and obviously raise awareness generally about what they do. And they reckon that there is a funding gap in the UK of about £4.3 billion. Now, this funding gap is made up of what business owners wanted to borrow and what they've actually ended up with. So over £4 billion Money & Co. reckon needs to be filled by crowdfunding platforms and other alternative providers like themselves. But interestingly, they said 72% of those business owners surveyed said that they would still go to the bank as the first port of call for a loan, and only 4% of business owners would use crowdfunding. So it just shows that the crowdfunding sector has still got a lot to do to gain confidence and raise awareness in what they are all about. The last survey, Finance and Leasing Association. Now, I love asset finance generally because it's a great alternative to traditional bank loans, and that clearly a lot of business owners out there thinking the same. With bank lending declining and the total stock of bank loans out there is declining by about 3 to 4% per annum, well, the asset finance industry is bucking the trend. So for the first quarter of 2014, the Finance and Leasing Association say that they've seen an increase in their lending by about 13% compared to the first quarter of 2013. So that's a drop of 3 to 4% in bank lending and a surge of 13% growth in asset finance. So just shows that everyone's getting much more comfortable with that alternative source of finance too. So again, what are people investing in? Well, the growth areas, perhaps not unsurprisingly, is plant and machinery and equipment. So if you're looking to invest in your business this year, and you're looking for desks and big kit, think about asset finance. Great alternative to bank lending. So those are some of the news bits I wanted to share with you. What have I been up to this week? One bit of unusual stuff that I've been doing. I actually spent Monday morning in a TV studio in Wimbledon filming some new videos to come out for you. Now there's a series of 4 videos I'll have to share with you in the forthcoming weeks, and all of them about access to finance, writing business plans, how banks think. So keep an eye out for an email from me, and I'll then tell you how you can access those videos. So what's my tip for you this week? Well, it's all about provability of where you want to spend the money that you're asking from the bank. Now, it's very easy for you to go into a bank and say, oh, I'd like a loan for £20,000 to spend on my business, please. But banks are naturally suspicious people. They want to know exactly where that money is going. So my tip for you this week is bring whatever evidence you can into the meeting, into your business plan about where you're going to be spending the money. Now that evidence can be in the form of quotations, pro forma invoices, any sales particulars if you're looking to buy a property, whatever it may be. It just gives you a bit more credibility and a bit more understanding from the bank's perspective as to where that money is going to go. So hunt out those invoices, get the quotations in, and any pro forma invoices that you can bring along. It'll just help strengthen your case. So hope you enjoyed that video for this week. I look forward to being with you again next Friday when I'll have more tips and news to share with you. Please don't forget, if you like the video and you think the ideas were worth sharing, please like and share the video. It all helps. So I look forward to being with you again next Friday afternoon, and have a successful and profitable week. Bye bye now.